Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from The Federalist dated May 24th. And I figured this would be a very topical thing to go over considering all the hubbub that's being made about Justice Alito flying that one flag. What is it called again? I forgot. The Appeal to Heaven flag at his home, which everyone's trying to claim is far right. No, it literally isn't, and you'd know that if you knew anything about what you were talking about, but okay. So, perfect article says the top 11 flags you should fly to trigger communist enemies of the people. And it's always a good thing to trigger communists. You should always look to doing that. I'm sorry, but I just got a phone call from my mom here, so, okay, not sure what's happening. But, okay, let us dive right into it. So, it says the same people mocking an appeal to heaven flag will never be satisfied so long as you view God and country as our founding fathers did. The corporate media recently took old smears about a Revolutionary War era flag and applied them to Justice Samuel Alito after his wife allegedly displayed the provocative symbol in front of his home. The meaning behind an appeal to heaven flag, a pine tree adorned symbol used by squadrons of the Continental Navy during the Revolutionary War, is rather innocuous. George Washington's Secretary Colonel Joseph Reed created the flag in 1775 to publicly display an appeal to God and to save the colonists from the king's oppressive ruling. Yeah, that sounds awful, doesn't it? As the same outlets fomenting the fake scandal about the alleged illegal Alito flag have never taken issue with any Americans displaying Black Lives Matter, Ukraine, pro-terrorist, and rainbow flags, despite their connections to anti-American agitation. Not cutting that out. Says the New York Times, however, suggested the historic and appeal to heaven flag was associated with a push for a more Christian-minded government. Well, it's coming from the New York Times, so it should be immediately disregarded. So there's that. And for anybody that believes the New York Times about anything, I'm sorry, your brain is broken, and you should probably just lay down and go to sleep and, whatever. Here are 11 flags you should fly to not only show your loyalty to God and country, but also your disdain for the top enemy of the people that is constantly looking for ways to smear Americans who love their original flag and the Constitution it stands for. And I do love my U.S. flag, so of course one of the options, and the first option here, is the U.S. flag. If you want to show your patriotism and peeve the American-hating people who run our nation's institutions, proudly display Old Glory to show your support for the land of the free and the home of the brave, or what's left of it. So if you're a little more daring and want to teach your Trump-hating, slur-slinging neighbor a lesson, consider flying it upside down to express your belief that our country is in dire distress. There's also the Gadsden flag, which I'm sure most of you have seen. There's the Don't Tread on Me. I always hear the Metallica song when that pops in when I see this. So it's named for Colonel Christopher Gadsden, a Revolutionary War era leader of the South Carolina Sons of Liberty and Brigadier General in the Continental Army. The Gadsden flag draws on themes invoked by Benjamin Franklin's famous Join or Die cut-up snake cartoon. The coiled-up American timber rattlesnake on the yellow background suggested the American colonies were finally united enough to strike at the foreign power threatening their rights. The pro-liberty message and jarring image still, against the wishes of unelected bureaucrats, serve as a warning to anyone who tries to take away Americans' freedoms. If 12-year-old Jaden Rodriguez can boldly display the Gadsden flag patch on his backpack after facing backlash from school administrators and peers, you can too. There's the Gonzales flag. It's the Come and Take It. And I like that they're showing all the examples of it. So the Gonzales or Come and Take It flag gained popularity after the 1835 Battle of Gonzales, a showdown between Texas settlers and the tyrannical Mexican government. The Spanish cannon in the center of the flag represents a real cannon Texans were gifted to fend off the Native American-led raids. When the Texas Revolution began brewing, the Mexican government tried to take the weapon back. The Texans refused, challenging the dictator's soldiers to come and take it, and the Texans ultimately prevailed. The story of the cannon demonstrates Texans and later Americans' defiance against anyone who denies their independence and right to self-defense. In more recent years, the Gonzales flag has become synonymous with Americans' fight to protect their right to bear arms and defend our borders. And the Bedford flag. All right, it says the Bedford flag is considered the oldest flag carried into battle in the history of America. The flag features a red background, an armored arm wielding a sword, 3 cannonballs, and the Latin inscription Vince aut morir. I highly doubt I said that even closely correct. This would translate to conquer or die. As the flag was believed to be carried first by Bedford Minuteman Nathaniel Page at the Battle of Concord in 1775 as a symbol of American patriots' willingness to die for their freedoms. And we have the Betsy Ross flag. Betsy Ross's version of the flag that would come to represent the newly independent United States of America serves as a proud symbol of the American Revolution and the liberties American colonists fought to secure. Since its inception, the iconic flag has suffered several cancellation attempts and smears, and I remember that. As in 2019, failed NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick convinced his corporate partner at Nike that their Betsy Ross flag shoes were racist. That's because Colin Kaepernick is a communist moron, as most of them are. As the principles and ideas represented by the flag endorsed by our founding fathers haven't changed, and the number of people opposed to those values, however, has grown exponentially, and those are the bad people. So it says the Culpeper Minuteman flag, and it's an interesting one. It's kind of got literally like almost like everything on there. So the Culpeper Minuteman flag is a beautiful blend of the key Revolutionary War messages that fuel the Continental Army's fight against the British Crown. The flag features a rattlesnake, "Don't tread on me," and part of Patrick Henry's famous quote, "Give me liberty or give me death." It was first adopted by the Culpeper, Virginia Minutemen militia in 1775, but remains popular today as a symbol against tyranny. That's a good one. I like that. And the Goliad flag, Captain Philip Dimmitt designed the Bloody Arm flag in 1885 to celebrate the Goliad Declaration of Independence in Mexico-controlled Texas. Although only flown for a short time, the flag honored Texas as a free, sovereign, and independent state and represented a dramatic shift towards complete independence from Mexico that was solidified with the Texas Declaration of Independence in 1836. The flag now represents Dimmitt's belief that I would rather cut off my right arm than live under tyranny. Then we have the Huntington Liberty flag. That's a pretty simple one. It's red with the word liberty on it. It was the first version of the Huntington Liberty flag, which featured nods to the British Red Ensign and King George III. Once news of the Declaration of Independence spread to Huntington, New York, the King's colors and the word George III were ripped off the flag. The red emblazoned with the word liberty showed a stark contrast between the British Crown's autocratic reign and the colonists' vision for the 13 colonies. Then there's the Christian flag. It says the Christian flag is often smeared by corporate media as a weapon of white nationalists and opposed by local governments as a violation of a version of the separation of church and state that the American founders never believed in. In reality, Sunday school teacher Charles E. Overton pieced together the red, white, and blue fabric and cross symbol to represent Jesus' blood sacrifice, purity, peace, and fidelity to God and his kingdom. The idea for the flag came when Overton presented a lecture on the American flag and its virtue, impact, and meaning, so the identical colors proved to be appropriate and intentional, one analysis article notes. The Navy Jack flag, it's another version of the Don't Tread on Me and the American flag. The snake is kind of in an L shape. The Navy Jack was first used to signal to engage the enemy by Commodore Essex Hopkins in 1775. The 13 red and white stripes covered by a lengthy gold and red rattlesnake and Don't Tread on Me declaration were designed to showcase the Continental Navy's defiance of the British Crown. The flag was the official Navy Jack for the U.S. Navy from 1975 to 1976 and post 9/11 from 2002 to 2019. Then we have the Bunker Hill flag. I've seen this one before. It says the Bunker Hill flag was allegedly flown at the Battle of Bunker Hill in 1775. While the flag has a historically debated past, its iconic pine tree and patriotic colors still represent freedom for the New England colonists of the past and Americans today. They often modified existing British flags with pine trees to show they were still loyal to the British Crown, but were going to defend their liberties. One account states, it says, "Let your freak flags fly." The same people mocking Alito's wife for reportedly showcasing an appeal to heaven will never be satisfied so long as you view God and country as our founding fathers did. So fly your Bedford, Gadsden, Gonzales, and most importantly, U.S. flags high, you patriotic, Constitution-loving Americans. Yeah, that's nice to see. I didn't know about some of these flags as well. But yeah, anything to piss off commies, go ahead and do it, because they deserve to be pissed off. And come and take it is right. And live free or die, and don't tread on me, all those things. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what flag you're going to fly, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.